Working across teams is tough, but Asana helps you handle it. Asana AI can spot roadblocks and assign work to keep everything on track. That's how work gets handled. Visit us at asana.com.
At Ralph's Pharmacy, Care is making things convenient so you can shop and get alerts when your prescriptions are ready. Plus,
Yo, what is up, guys? Happy Friday, man. How was your guys' week this week? Happy Friday, happy Friday. Hope y'all is alive and well with me. How was your guys' trading week this week, man? Because the markets did move. The markets did do their thing. I ain't gonna lie to you. What's up, Shawnee? What's good? Looking over here at the chats on YouTube as well. How was you guys' trading week this week? Is it a positive week for you guys? Is it a negative week for you guys? Did the markets did they give you a snipe opportunities? Did they hit stop loss and violate? Did they hit your stop loss, then go your way? What are we looking at this week? How was it for you guys? Um, but as you guys, especially on YouTube, as you guys get to me in a few seconds, today I did go ahead and cover back testing, like we usually do on Fridays. However, I wanted to go ahead and implement and sprinkle in a little bit of trade management as well. I don't really see a lot of people really break down trade management a whole lot or super in depth. And honestly, to be fair, I don't really go over trade management, myself, a whole lot either. But I wanted to go ahead and do that for you guys today and show you guys how I've been doing it for the past few months. I'll show you guys how I used to do it, my previous years of experience, and then this last year, pretty much, I changed it up a little bit and I swapped a couple things and it's been helping out. It's been helping me. I've been seeing progress, especially when I'm back testing. I'm seeing a lot more progress. So, and I know a lot of people have, different ways to, manage their trade. I'm not saying mine is the right way. I'm not saying yours is the wrong way. I'm just going to show you what I would like to do. And at the end of the day, guys, the most important thing is you guys manage trades. Whether you guys have trailing stop losses, whether you guys take partials over and over and over again, however the case may be, trade management needs to be done, right? Trade management needs to be done. It doesn't matter what's your trading style. It doesn't matter how you have your trade management rule set up. Trade management needs to be done because at the end of the day, trading isn't about catching snipes. Everybody can catch moves. Like everybody can catch moves, but why aren't people profitable? Why aren't people seeing progress? And it's not because they can't catch opportunities. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys, whether you're on YouTube, or on Zoom right now, a lot of you guys can make opportunity. You guys can see the blues in your phone. You guys can see the positive on your screen. But why aren't we keeping these things? Why is the red screen or blue screen going to red screen and then closing out in negative? Why are we seeing the capital that we put in or invested into ourselves, right? Our initial capital. Why do we see that slowly go? Why do we see the capital that we're gaining through these trade opportunities? Why do we see that slowly go? Right. And it's honestly because the trade management isn't being taken care of, in my opinion, right? I feel like anybody can catch trades, but not everybody can hold their capital for a longer period of time to see the progress long term to help their account grow, if that makes sense. I cannot repeat that, but I hope that makes sense to you. They don't do the small things overall that's going to help their account grow and see the bigger potential on the upside, right? So, let me go ahead and put my brightness up on my phone, bro, because I cannot see. I'm blind already. But let's go ahead and get into this. Yeah, we don't need that. Let's go ahead and change one of these to trading view. Now I'm gonna go ahead and break down. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and break down how I like to use my trade management. That way, when we go ahead and back test, you guys are gonna see some opportunities, right? You're gonna see what we're looking at, and then you're gonna be like, oh, okay, now that makes sense. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it. So, first and foremost, I actually want to show you guys how I used to. Why can I not shrink this up? Give me a second. All right, cool. Give me a second, guys. Trying to fix my screen real quick so I can see the chats. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how I used to manage my trades. And then I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how I manage my trades now, right? So let's go ahead. And again, I don't think any is wrong. The things just have to be done, right? So again, I like to go ahead and use the head and shoulder opportunity. So again, we already understand what this is, right? I want to go ahead and worry about the trade management side of things today. So matter of fact, no, let's just break it down. Let's break it down. Why not? Because we have people on YouTube as well. So again, I'm gonna show you guys my two setups that I like to use, or at least I'm gonna show you guys and break down the head and shoulder setup for this example. And then as I break this stuff down, I'm gonna go ahead and break down the trade management side of things. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and use a sell bias, right? A sell bias. I want us to see trend direction. So once we notice trend direction is in a downtrend, this is gonna let us know we should start looking for sell opportunities. And while the market is in a while the market is in a downtrend, and we could visually see that, right? I like to use the head and shoulder pattern to look for sell opportunities. So as I mark this up, I'm going to just give me a second. Oops. Awesome. Cool. So again, when I see the market is in a downtrend, I want to look for this structure here, right? I would love to see consolidation build up because this makes things a lot clearer, right? Consolidation. Now, as I'm looking at this consolidation, am I trying to participate in this, guys? Yes or no? Whether you're on Zoom, whether you're on
No.
YouTube, no, not at all. I'm not looking to participate in this, but I would love to see this, right? This is the first phase of the head and shoulder setup. And might as well, let's go ahead and why not? Let's go ahead and just break down the phases as well so we can really understand this, right? When I'm looking for this head and shoulder opportunity, I want to see these phases happen in order, not phase one to phase three, not phase one to phase four. I want to see them happen one by one, phase two, phase three, phase four. And it's important that we look at it this way, okay? Because we're not jumping steps. We're not being overly aggressive. We're being patient for these things to happen. And once we get phase four and the markets are in our entry area, then we can play aggressive, right? But at this point, when the market is consolidating, I am not looking to participate or be aggressive at this time. Okay. Now, when I see this, I would love to see the market give us a break of structure to the upside, right? Break of structure is phase two. Now, we had phase one, which is consolidation building up. We have phase two, which gives us the BOS of the upside. Now we need this change of direction. Phase three is the most important phase in this setup opportunity, guys. The most important phase, because without phase three, we really don't have an opportunity, right? If the market wants to just bounce and hang out in this area and consolidate again, we can just easily go higher. Give me a three if that makes sense, guys. This is why the change of direction is so important. And you'll see wicks, right? You'll see the wicks poke below, and then the market will just continue going higher. There's a reason why the change of direction is the most important phase, right? So let's go ahead. As the market is dropping down, I would love to see the market break and close below, giving me a change of direction. Boom, we have phase three. So phase three is in order, right? We have phase one, phase two, phase three. Now, next is phase four. Now, when it comes to my entry with phase four, again, there's the starting point opportunity. You can use this structure using smart money opportunities, but I want to focus on the head and shoulder right now. Okay. So again, we're going to see this more in depth on the charts, but I want to draw my zone. Again, let me go ahead and just draw a box real quick. Give me a candle so I could just explain to you with a little bit of visual. Oops, I need that. So this is my candle, right? This is my blue candle. Now, again, I want to see the highest wick in this consolidation range? What's up, Austin? Glad to have you, brother. Right, I want to see the highest wick in this consolidation range, and I'm gonna move this a bit in between so you guys can see this a bit clearly. Right, where is the highest wick in this range? We can see that the highest wick is right here. So I'm gonna draw my zone from the highest wick to my closest body. And I'm just gonna use the top of, actually, let's just move this down a little bit. Might as well. To my closest body. Boom. Let's make this gray for my shoulder. That's gonna be my zone. Okay. And it's important too that we mark up the structure because it's gonna help you find this zone. A lot of people actually struggle finding this, but if you just mark up your break of structures to the upside, you're gonna understand where your left shoulder is because it's the last break of structure before the change of direction. A lot of the times, guys, we're gonna have a ton of BOSs, BOS, 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 and then this is the last BOS before the change of direction. So if this is the last BOS before the change of direction, would you consider this the left shoulder? You let me know.
Yes.
Yes, right? So when you mark it up, I don't expect you to have like 1,000 break of structures, a break of structure here, break of structure here. No, you could just continue to readjust. Adjust your break of structure. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. When is it going to change direction? As soon as we get that, we know this is my left shoulder, right? So it's super important that you mark that up. Okay. Now, again, our shoulder zones can be different widths. Sometimes we're going to have a very, very tiny wick. And if this is the highest wick in the consolidation range, then that's the highest wick. So I'm going to go ahead and draw my zone from the highest wick to my closest body and just drag that out. Boom. Give me a 10 if that makes sense, guys. Let me know. Give me a question mark if you are confused right now. Awesome. Cool. Now, where's my stop loss going to be? The high. Okay, the dominant high. And again, the starting point will have its own stop loss, whatever the case. But guys, when it comes to the head and shoulder, please follow the structure. The structure makes your opportunity. The structure gives you your zone. The structure gives you your stop loss. And that is what you need. Okay. So when you have your shoulder zone like this, please put your stop loss at the high. It's going to help you. Especially, there's going to be times where your stop loss is going to look just a little too big for your liking. It's going to look like this sometimes. And you're like, I don't want to risk 40 pips. I don't want to do that. And then you know what you do? Or you know what a lot of people do? They like to go ahead and just say, you know what? What if I risk about half that and just risk 20 pips? That should keep me safe. And then you know what happens? The market taps in, taps your stop loss, and then boop, goes your way. And then you start to learn, you know what? I should have just put it right here, bro. What's an extra 20 pips? What's an extra 20 pips to catch 60? Right? Don't put it in the wrong place. Put it where it's supposed to be. Okay? Give me a 1 if this makes sense, guys. Let me know. Super important. Like, I promise you, a lot of the times when we get this structure, a lot of people fear putting their stop loss that high. But that you shouldn't fear that, guys. You shouldn't fear that. You should actually be like, yo, markets, 40, my stop loss is 40 pips. 1 to 3 is 130 pips. Let's go. I'm about to catch 130 pips if this goes my way. Does that make sense? I shouldn't worry about like, oh man, I'm risking 40 pips. Like, nah, bro. What is your 1 to 3? 130 pips, more or less, right? I'm just going based off of this right here. Don't worry about your stop loss. Worry about your 1 to 3. Always, okay? So worry about the 1 to 3. Let the structure take care of itself. Understand the structure and worry about your 1 to 3. and we can advance and grow that risk to reward as we develop. Okay, guys, take your screenshots, send it into the chats. Let them know we are breaking things down today. We're clarifying a lot of stuff when it comes to how we're looking at opportunities, how we manage these opportunities to protect the capital. It's important. I promise y'all, people are going to need to know this stuff. Okay. So again, I want to enter here with my stop loss at the high, but I want to focus on my trade management right now. So I'm going to show you guys right now, right? This is the old way how I used to do things. Okay. The old way. At a 1-to-1, I used to break even. That should change. At a 1-to-2, I would take partials. And then obviously a 1-to-3, market hits your take profit, you're out. Okay. Now, the only thing that I had a problem with this is, I'm not saying it's wrong. It is for me, I had to do a bit more work to get back in. And at this point already, I cut hair, right? So like the least amount of attention I can give my trades while I work was better for me. Okay, this might not work with you. This might not resonate with you, with your schedule. If you like to be a bit more detailed, this right here may work for you. But this right here, I would, be in profit, then move my break even, and then I couldn't really give my trades the attention that it needed while I was working. Okay, because I cut hair, guys, right? So like, as soon as I get in there, like at this point in my career, bro, I'm busy from when I walk in till I walk out. Like I went in today at 9 and I got home at 7:30 and got home just in time to hop on the call with you guys. Like it's like that now, right? So I don't really have a lot of time. So as the market, gives me some profit and it hits my break even, at this point I would, go break even, so on and so forth. So now this is a risk-free trade. But again, the market would sometimes mess around with me, tap back in, and now I'm out of the trade. So now I can't give my markups or my trade opportunities the attention that they deserve in order for me to get back in. And then the market would just go my way. Right? So again, if this works for you, great. Don't change it up. Do what you need to do to preserve your capital. Okay. But now all I do now is I swap those two. So now at this point, at 1-to-1 and 1-to-2, I just swap them. Oh, you keep your SL the same. Oh, so you don't really adjust your stop loss on me? You just kind of keep it. It's either you win or you lose, pretty much. Is that what you mean? Got you. Hey, I know a ton of people like that too. I get that 100%. Trust me. So now I swapped them, right? I partial a bit earlier than most people. And at a 1-to-2, I break even. Why? Right? And I'm gonna break down the math behind this. So let's just say market touches my zone, and now I'm in profit. Now, as soon as the market hits my partial zone, I go ahead, let's just say I'm up $50. Let's see. I'm just gonna draw it. So my initial risk, oops, I wanted to right there. Let me see. See if I can bring this down. My initial risk was $50, right? That's how much my stop loss was, right? Now, once the market hits 1-to-1, I am up $50. So what do? I partial out 25. Partial, $25. And then I leave trading, right? I left $25 in the trade. So still trading. $25. Okay. Give me a 2 if this makes sense. So my initial risk is $50. I'm at a 1-to-1. So now I'm up my, my initial risk. So what I do is I take 25 off the playing field and I let 25 continue to run. Now, at this point, I'm still not break even yet. So the market can go back in, go a little bit deeper into, into my negative. And then if it wants to go my way, cool. Awesome. Then I'll go ahead and continue to adjust. It's a lot of practice on these Zoom calls and with one-on-ones. So I appreciate you, Bo, for real. So, and again, if the market wants to go ahead and say, you know what, I'm gonna hit your stop loss. All that did was take back is $25. So initially, idea in my head, my idea, the way I'm thinking, all that is a break even. It took back what I took from it. Does that make sense? Give me a 3 if that makes sense. Right? But I did it like I'm doing it like that so I can still give my trade some time to play, some room to play. And if it wants to go my way, then I will continue to adjust. Right? Oops, oops. Oops, what the heck? Okay, I guess it doesn't go back that much. Awesome. So now, if the market, wants to give me a little bit of drawdown, cool, it is what it is. But if the market goes my way and hits my break even, at this point, this is risk-free now. I took money off the playing field. I'm now at break even. And if the market wants to go ahead and disrespect me now, this is already a profitable trade for me. Okay. Now, if the market wants to go ahead and smack TP, that is great. This is still a profitable trade for me. So at this point, at 1-to-2, I don't lose. I took money off. I'm now at break even. So I either win with the small amount or I win with a bit bigger of amount. Give me an 8 if this makes sense for you guys. I'm telling y'all, people are gonna have to hop on these calls, man. People are gonna have to hop on these calls, right? Give me a question mark if you're confused. If y'all confused about anything I just broke down, maybe you need to hear it just one more time. Let me know and put a question mark, and then I'll try to see if I can make that even a bit simpler. Is that even a word? Simpler? More simple? Yeah. I don't know. That's why I trade. Now, awesome. No question marks. Let's go ahead and get into the charts. I don't know what we're looking at right now. GBP CHF. Let's see if there's any opportunities. Okay, this should actually be a great example. So, again, quick question for you guys. Quick question for you guys. As we zoom out, are we in a downtrend or are we in an uptrend? Bearish, right? Downtrend. Awesome. So, what do we want to look for? Example A or example B? Yes, or the inverted violation. You are correct, Shawnee. But with this example right here, I would love to look for example B. Okay, so as we drop down, and I want to focus on this one here just because I know it gives it trouble, right? I want to focus on this here because I know it gives it trouble. So let's go ahead. Why did this market spike up? Notice how we start kicking it right here. We start consolidating. Why did this market spike up so high? and then drop down. Imbalance, starting point. Awesome. This is what my eyes are seeing right here, right? Just based off what this time frame is showing me. We have consolidation, break of structure. So this is my BOS. And then I see the market change direction. Oops. No wonder why this one's critical. I'm pressing the wrong button. That's funny. All right, cool. So I had a left shoulder here. Left shoulder. And if we go to the 4-hour time frame, I'm pretty sure there's going to be a starting point right there. Four-hour starting point. Right? And even looking at it like this on this time frame, even this shoulder makes a lot of sense too, right? Little pullback, we break structure, we change direction. Awesome. We have a 4-hour starting point mixed with the 1-hour/4-hour structure. Awesome. I love to see that. Cool. Now I understand why the market made its way back up. Where's all my tools at? Like in a different section. Give me a second, bro. Right now I understand. I'm back down again. Okay. So I'm gonna delete this for the visual clarity. Now again, I want to see if I can get this opportunity as high as possible. Right. Notice how we have a pullback right here. A little bit of consolidation, phase one. And then boom, we jump up. That's my breakage structure to the upside. My change of direction line is right here. Let's actually replay this real quick. We'll just replay it from right here. Awesome, excuse me. So we have phase one, phase two, and phase three. Even though it looks a bit ugly, right? And you're even like, and I picked this one on purpose. So I've seen how big this jump is, right? This is your stop loss, guys. This is your stop loss. Your stop loss should be up here. And you'd be like, dang, that's crazy. But check me out, right? Check me out. I have a starting point right here. And I also have a left shoulder. Okay. Now, I want to use the left shoulder just because I know it has trouble. Okay. Now let's go ahead. That's my entry. Now, again, this is your stop loss. This is crazy, right? But this is, again, this is GBP/CHF. It looks insane, but this is 55 pips. Now, again, let's go ahead and run the risk to reward. I don't want you guys to ever fear a stop loss, bro. You guys should not look at this and be like, oh man, that's ugly. Like, I don't want to take this trade. I mean, you could have, I could understand. Maybe you want to like break down and see if we can catch something smaller for the better risk to reward. Like, I totally get that. But at the same time, as a newcomer, and you're saying that right now because you're advanced. But the newest individual, they don't care about a 55 pip risk. All they want to see is if they could identify the opportunity. If they can identify the opportunity and understand where to put their stop loss, guys, that's a great thing. That's a great thing. So at a 1-to-1, let me see. This is my partial zone. At a 1-to-2, this is my break even. And then a 1-to-3. Awesome. So now let's take a look. Let's see if we can actually pull up the buy and sell button. Yeah. So now we're really going to be back testing for sure. Awesome. Could we get in on this starting point to have a better risk to reward? Yes, we can, 100%. Right? But I want to use the head and shoulder because I know it has some trouble. Okay. So now let's go ahead. Awesome. It wicked it. I'm gonna go ahead and just hop in because we should have hopped in, you know. Let's see. Let's put a couple of these. $5, okay, 5 cents, I think. All right, let's go ahead and sell it. Yeah, see, that's doable. $30 risk, right? That's doable for a lot of people. Confirm. Awesome. Get out of my way. Cool. Now let's go ahead. Oops. Oh no, it's lagging. At this point, I am in profit. Am I doing this? Oh yeah, it's just lagging. Awesome. At this point, I'm in profit. But look, notice how it came back. I'm still in this trade. I haven't touched or managed this trade yet. Still in it. Haven't messed around with it yet. Boom. I can now take partials. I should have taken partials as soon as it hit, but now I'm gonna take partials. So what I do on TradingView, if you're back testing, you have to buy. What did I put? 5,000, 2,500. I'll buy it, and now this 16 should get cut in half. Okay. Boom. Just cut it in half. So now I took partials. I took money off the playing field. Okay. And again, I haven't moved my stop loss to break even yet. Let's take a look. Let's just put a line here so we know. Hopefully this isn't close to live price though. I think it might be. So boom. Guys, look at that. If I would have swapped this and made this my break even, guys, I would have, oops. Get out of my way, bro. As soon as this was my break even, I should have broke even right here, right? As soon as the market comes back, bro, that's a break even. I'm missing this whole drop. Give me an 8 if this makes sense. Now, there's a reason why this came back 1,000%. Okay. But I'm following this trade setup right here. Now, again, I only took partials as soon as the market hit here. Okay. So I wouldn't have been affected by that. Obviously, a lot of people's psychology would have been like, oh, I'm seeing my profit go down to 0. But did you hit your stop loss yet? Don't worry about your profit going down to 0. That's a gambler's mentality. Don't worry about your profit going to 0. You already took partials. You're worried about 0 when you hit stop loss because then the market takes the money back. Okay? But don't worry about the market going to 0 on your phone. When you're like, oh man, it was at 20, now it's at 10, now it's at 5, now it's at 0. Don't worry about that. Follow the rules. So at this point, now I break even. So I'm gonna go ahead, move my stop loss to break even. Confirm. And boom. So now this is a risk-free trade. Let's take a look. Awesome. Let's go. And I don't even think I hit take profit. I think that's just where the market is now. That's just where the market is right now. I think if I close out, yeah, that's where the market is now. Give me a 2 if that made sense, though. Like, if you're understanding what I'm putting down for y'all, let me know if that makes sense. Now I'm going to go ahead and explain. I'm pretty sure y'all could see it too. But why did the market consolidate for so much and then come back up just to drop down? There's always a reason for that. And again, remember how I told y'all it's all we do is rinse and repeat like this, even though they may look ugly. Even though they may look ugly sometimes, it's always rinse and repeat. We just continue to adjust our zones and we rinse and repeat. Okay? Check this out. This is also another reason why I love the head and shoulder setup, because that's all you do, right? You rinse and repeat, and then you just wait, bro. You just set alerts and you wait. Okay? Now check me out. This was opportunity 1, right? BOS, change of direction. This is opportunity 2. Awesome. Opportunity 2 is taken right here. Okay. Now look what we have. Consolidation, consolidation, BOS. Change of direction. We move it here. Let's go, let's go. Now let's go ahead and break this one down. Let's go ahead and break this one down. We know that's our breaker structure, right? We just covered this. Breaker structure to the upside. And then we have our change of direction. Okay. Let's go ahead and mark this up. Awesome. So at this point, guys, we know where our zone is, right? Where we would like to participate. We know where our stop loss is. So let's go ahead and set this up. We have phase 1. We have phase 2. We have phase 3. Now we're waiting for phase 4. So let's go ahead and set this up, right? Oops, forgot to do the 1-to-1s. At 1-to-1, I like to go ahead and take some partials. What the heck just happened? Let's see. Take some partials at 1-to-2. Yo, I thought like my computer like shut down, bro. I like to go ahead and break even. And at 1-to-3, I have already hit take profit. Okay. Now, again, guys, I know everybody has their own way of managing trades. I'm just showing y'all what has worked for me. Okay. Nonetheless, you need to start practicing to manage your trades. Right. Let's go ahead. Let's speed this up a little bit, because we know that the market was building a lot of consolidation. We can go ahead and move this out over here, actually, because we know that happened this way. All right, cool. Now, the one thing that I'm seeing right now too, at least at this moment in time, is the market is making lows for us, and it's creating some liquidity. So when the market is in a downtrend, and I'm seeing this, and we were waiting for a setup up here, and we know we're waiting for a setup, when I'm seeing this, I'm looking at this as a target point. Like overall, if this can stay intact and we make our way up, I would love to see in the future if we can take profit here. And this is how I've learned to hold trades, right? Because if the market is really in a downtrend, sometimes, guys, even though we draw it like this, sometimes it's not always this clean, right? Sometimes it looks like this, to where it's just a whole lot of consolidation in like bottoms. And then we make our way up, and then we go. And then sometimes it looks good like this, and then we go. And then sometimes we just consolidate forever, make our way back up, and then we go, right? So when I'm seeing stuff like this, and we have liquidity down here, and it's holding and it stays intact, I would love to see if we can get a sell opportunity and swing to these lows. Give me a 3 if that makes sense. Give me a question mark if you are confused. Right? That's how I've really learned to swim, because again, if the market isn't a downtrend and if we're catching really good opportunities, you know, I want to see if even though it looks ugly and it looks something like this, I would love to see if we can continue this swing opportunity and shifting that market down. Okay. Oops, where we at? Where we at? I know where we're at right now. So now let's take a look. Let's see if it stays intact. Not that like if it breaks, not that it like really matters a whole lot. Like I would still love to continue, but this right here just makes it easy and simple for like the beginner, because if they see that and we're like, oh man, equal lows love to get taken out, or double bottoms love to get taken out, you know, it helps remember, keeps you confident. Let's take a look. She's building a lot more. Let's see what's going on here. Awesome. Okay, cool. It lagged a little bit, but that's okay. Market hit our zone of entry, and then right away we take partials. Let's actually back up because I wanted to go ahead and sell this with you guys so we can understand what we're doing here, trade management wise. Let's go ahead and sell. Awesome. Cool, cool, cool. Get out of my way. Okay, so now at this point we're in, right? So now these are our rules, right? This is where I take partial, and this is where I break even. Don't just put them on your screen. Listen to your rules. Okay. As the market drops, this is a good thing for us. Now the market hits my partial. So what do? Right? I'm up $16 right now. You're gonna see that get cut in half. So again, on TradingView, when the market's selling, you have to actually buy it back. So let's go ahead. You're gonna see this 16 get cut in half. Okay. Boom. Awesome. We put some more money in our account. We have some money in the in the trade still. So now let's continue. Awesome. So now at this point, we can go ahead and break even. So now this is a risk-free trade. Let's continue. Now, again, I would love to see if we can actually take these lows here. This would be my swing opportunity, but I'm practicing the 1 to 3 for you guys. But again, as we back test and we see these things, you're gonna start to develop and get better. And you're like, okay, well, if the market isn't a downtrend, you know, we can continue to hold and take partials as we go. Boom. The market hits our take profit, right? So again, this is a good trade. Nice trade opportunity. Market took the lows. It did exactly what we liked. We followed our rules, trade management wise, entry wise. Things are good. What the heck am I pressing? Oh. Now, again, if I'm looking at this structure right now, and we know this is our entry. Let me see. Let me see who's listening. This is my break of structure. This is my change of direction. Where do you think I should move this box to if I'm just rinsing and repeating? Draw on my chart, guys. If I continue to adjust, let's go, Kaylee. I already knew you was going to be the one to answer. You've been on it lately. Let's go. Let's go, guys. That's where I would love to adjust my zone. That's my next idea in mind. Now let's see if the market can come back to that. If y'all can delete those lines, that would be beautiful. I'd appreciate it. Now let's see if we can go ahead and come back to that. I don't think it does. I think the market actually tanks. But all that means is we're waiting. That's it. That's where live price is right now. If I exit out, it might be quicker. Yeah, okay. No worries. Let me go ahead and stop the share and go ahead and share back. So obviously live price is way down here, right? But in my eyes, this is the best and the closest sell opportunity when it comes to the head and shoulder, right? Everything above this is obviously way higher. So yes, we have to wait and be patient. It may even drop, but as soon as it comes back up here, I would love to see if we can follow that bearish trend. And again, this is just me looking at it without reanalyzing on higher time frame on this side, right? This is probably, I mean, who knows? If I jump up, we may even have be in a good zone and we may violate, but just based off the structure here, following the structure in line when it comes to the head and shoulders in a bearish trend, this is the one. That structure is very, very clean. Even a lot of cleaner than the most that we had just previously went over. Very, very clean structure. When will it get there? I don't know. But when it does, I would like to see if we can take an opportunity. Now let's jump up to a higher time frame and see what the market bounced off of. Looks like it just swept the low. Well, let's take a look even on. Come on, bro. We have a low here. Man, GBP CHF is just tanking. Not looking hot. Now let's zoom in. Now, even that, right? Like, I never take into, like, for me, there's like no coincidences in the market, right? Like, notice how we have a BOS to the downside on the daily time frame. This is our daily starting point right here. Is it? Nice. That's our daily starting point right there. Guys, it's never a coincidence why a good starting point and nice structure fall in line together. Never a coincidence. I mean, even if you're following like the higher time frame big structure like this, like that's also a head and shoulder as well. A lot of consolidation. We sweep it and go right down, change direction, right? But again, everything falls in line. The structure is there. The daily starting point is there. Everything is falling in line. So again, I don't know. We may even get a ton of consolidation just like this one more time. The GBP, I mean, CHF loves to do that, right? So if we get another one of these like this, and then we're like, okay, we're in a downtrend. The lows were intact. That liquidity is still there. There still is incentive to go lower. We'll love to see if we can continue that bearish trend. We'll love to see that. Obviously, that has to play out like this example. But again, with ZHF, I don't put it past its consolidation modes for sure. Love to consolidate. But give me a one if this is making sense, guys. Give me a question mark if you're confused. Let me know. Talk to me. Let me know. Now let's go ahead and head to US 30 before we head out, because I feel like it has a pretty good example of risk management and why it's so important. Let's delete this stuff for now. Right? A couple of weeks back, or even maybe even, I mean, I don't know how far this was. Let me see. Yeah, so about 2 weeks back, right? I was looking for buy opportunities here. Okay. Now, why? Because the structure, right? We have a sweep to the downside. Oops. A sweep to the downside, and then we change direction. And again, we hold this zone and we consolidate for a little bit. And then we start heading back. So I was looking at this thinking, okay, cool. We may bounce and get that push that we're looking for. Okay. But even though we want these things to happen, doesn't mean that it's going to happen. That's why trade management is a thing. Okay. That's why trade management is the thing. Now let's backtrack this just a little bit. Now, in the 1 hour time frame, I was also looking at possible sells, right? Now, as the market is dropping to my zone, I always want to look for the possible sell opportunities that could happen because I need to see those violate if I want to see more buy opportunities happen. Okay. So at this point, I was looking at this and I was like, man, there's a lot of liquidity sitting right there. And I look right over to the left and I'm like, oh man, that looks pretty good. right? We had just swept all this liquidity here. Consolidation, consolidation, and then this last higher high, higher low. We sweep it and then drop. And as we drop, we also create liquidity to come back up. Drop, liquidity, liquidity, liquidity. There's equal highs right here, which means there is money sitting right there, guys. A lot of people's stop losses are right here. Okay. So I'm looking at this. I'm like, okay, cool. We might have some sell opportunities in this area. Now, again, I want to see the buys. I want to see the buys continue. So what do we do? Or what did I do, right? Set up my buy opportunity. Now let's go ahead and break down the money management, the trade management side of things. My 1-to-1. My 1-to-2. Oops. And then 1-to-3. It's funny how 1-to-3 lines up with structure very, very well, right? So my 1-to-3 was there. But again, I wanted to see this market bounce and continue. I wanted to see this thing violate. So let's take a look and see what happens. Cool. Let's go. Market gives me a push up. Oh, shoot. Let's go ahead and actually backtest this again. Come on. Don't be lagging, dog. Don't be lagging. All right. Press buy. One is fine. Should be fine. Where we at? Right here. Okay. Confirm. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead. Oh, shoot. You know what? Let's actually exit that real quick because I want to deal with the two. That way, because I want to partial out. I want to show you guys. Cool. Let's go. Market hits my partial zone. So at this point, I want to partial some money out of this trade idea, right? So I go ahead and sell it. Awesome. So we can see this just got cut in half, right? My profit just got cut in half. And again, I haven't broken even yet. I want to give this trade room to play. Just in case it wants to go ahead and bounce back in, maybe even sweep this liquidity and then continue. You know, possibilities. Now let's go ahead and continue. Market hits my break even. So now I can go ahead and break even and confirm. Awesome. So now this trade is risk-free, right? I either lose with or win with what I partialed with, or I fully take profit. So I obviously win the trade, but look at the respect that we get on that, right? And we can go ahead and break down the sell ideas too, but I want to focus on the trade management side of things right now, okay? Let's say, what if I was someone who did this and wanted to take the high, okay? That's I could see people wanting to do that as well. Now let's take a look. What happens with US 30? It tanks off. It doesn't continue in that bullish bias that I've been waiting for. And that's okay. But the thing is, if you don't even move your stop loss to break even, or you don't take partials, then you're gonna have a little bit of a rougher time in the market for sure. Right? That's why we do these things, so we can continue to slowly and potentially quickly, grow our account with these trades. When we're smacking 1-to-3s fairly often, it's pretty easy to grow an account. Okay. Now, again, with the sell side of things, I know, let's see, I think it was like Wednesday. I think the market open calls I do for Lux. I believe I had this set up for you guys. I know I was looking for ideas in here. And then when I was looking at it, I was like, you know what looks a lot better? This over here. So let's go ahead and break this down as well. Sell opportunity, my stop loss at the high. Now, again, if I'm looking to continue the sales, and the other thing that made me like think the buys weren't going to continue is this equal lows. Like this doesn't look as good. There's a lot of liquidity here. And anytime I see that, anytime I see something that looks like this, for me personally, when I see liquidity, break a structure, more liquidity, change of direction, I'm always thinking the market's going to drop down one more time, clear it out, then go. And then we get a better head and shoulder structure. Right. So I was like, man, if we don't get this change of direction, the market may come down and attack that low. So let's go ahead and break this down 1-to-1. We go ahead and partial 1-to-2. Oops. Break even. 1-to-3. TP hit, right? But at the same time, I would love to see if we can go ahead and take out some liquidity. So let's go ahead and delete this for the visual clarity. Let's take a look. Let's see if the market can tap in. Where are we at? Oh, right here. Okay, well, I wanted to go ahead and get in there, but market wicked and got us out. Let's go. Now let's take a look. Okay, cool. We pretty much smacked on that trade with the 1-to-3. Now this is the thing. Look at how it happens again. Notice how we have the breaker structure to the upside, change of direction. Let's go ahead and just continue to adjust. And this structure is very clear, like very, very clear. As soon as I saw this, I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna sell off. Stop loss at the high, minimum 1-to-3. And it's funny how like 1-to-3s always line up with like decent structure too, to like give you those. I mean, I don't know, it's weird. Like you guys just have to keep practicing it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get in right here. A little late, but you guys understand what I'm trying to show y'all. Go ahead and sell it. 1-to-1. Partial. 1-to-2. Break even. 1-to-3. TP. Let's go ahead. And I don't even think we got down to TP actually. Where we at? Where we at? Where we at? Okay, cool. Partials hit. Break evens hit. Awesome. That's a good thing. So let's go ahead. What am I doing? We buy it. We buy, and then we move stop loss, break even, which we already did. And my take profit is right here. Confirm. Awesome. So let's take a look. So the market took these lows, exactly what I was expecting. Like when the markets leave those, and the thing about the indices too is they hardly leave head and shoulders that look like this. Like I'm telling y'all, back test it, bro. When they leave head and shoulders that look like this, they usually come back one more time and then they take off. And then you have a much cleaner head and shoulder, much cleaner, right? And I learned that. Hey, ask me how I learned that, guys. Go ahead and ask me real quick. Go ahead and ask me.
How?
How?
By getting smacked around in the markets. I had to back test it. I had to learn, like, why am I losing? Why am I losing right now? I understand the structure. I'm understanding BOS and change of direction, but why do I keep losing? And then the market is going my way. And that is it. I got smacked and I had to learn from my lessons, from my losses, and turn those into lessons. I had to learn from my losses and turn those into lessons. So when you're experiencing these things, guys, backtest it. Don't just be like, pray, Lord, Father God. No, yes, do your prayers, but you also have to put in the work. You have to put in the work, like God, if you hear me now, please let the trade go my way. No, bro. Yes, do your prayers, right? But bro, you have to put in the work. You have to understand why you're losing. And Coach O would always preach that. Always preach that. And that's I'm like, bro, if he's doing that, I gotta do that. I have to. I can't come to him for everything. He's gonna be like, bro, getting one with mentorship with Coach O was amazing. But at the same time, if I continue to ask simple questions, they'll be like, bro, you're not even putting in no work. Like those are simple things that you can understand if you really put in some work, right? It's like there is no like dumb question, but like when you kind of like been studying for a long time, you're just like, bro, like how do you not, you know what I'm saying? And at the same time, notes, oh, don't even talk to me about notes. I got a stack full of notes right here. But again, that's just something that I had to learn and understand, right? Something that, oh yeah, 100%. This is something that I had to understand. So break even trade. I'm sorry. Uh, we broke even. We took partials, and we're still in this trade right now. This is our risk-free trade. Learn to understand. Yes, I'm telling you guys. I'm telling you. I believe that's coach. Yes, coach. We out here. Okay, cool. We out here, right? So, guys, I hope tonight really made sense. Like, yes, I believe in every single one of you guys. I know you guys can catch trades. Like, that is no, like, I don't fear y'all can catch trade. Like, you guys can't see opportunities. I know you guys can see opportunities. I know it, right? I understand a lot of you guys can actually smack the charts, like Barry Bonds, bro. The boy got a big old head, but we smacking the charts like he was smacking it out of San Francisco right into the water. Like, I know you guys can see opportunities, but like when we still struggle, there's question like those are some things that we need to ask. Like, why are we doing this? Like, why I feel like I'm doing the right thing, but my account's still slowly slipping away. And I'm seeing profit on my screen. I could see the profit, but for some reason I keep losing it and I can't hold it. Even when I gain it, I can't hold it. And a lot of the times, guys, it's the trade management side of things, you know. And I do know, some people will say I'm either I'm losing or I'm winning the trade, and I get that too. And, you know, that also requires a lot of psychology, right? You have to develop into that too. So, understanding what we need to do to manage these trades is going to help us preserve the capital we earn, keep the capital we earn, and continue to slowly grow our account. Everybody takes losses, guys. Like we're not going to hide from the losses. That's one thing we're not going to do here is hide from losses because everybody is taking losses. Everybody does. But the point is to hold capital as much as you can, even while being aggressive in the market. And how do we do that? Trade management. Trade management. You're totally speaking to me tonight, so thank you for tonight. I got Lawrence. Thank you for hopping on. I know it could be super late. I don't know where you're from, Barbados. I don't know if it's early in the morning or hella late your time, but I
Hey, Vinny,
appreciate your time.
can
Thank
I
you for
share
hopping
something
on.
real quick to everybody, man?
Of course, of course.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, wow, Vinny, thank you. Thank you for tonight, man. Trust me when I tell you, I'm listening to you and you remind me of the hungry version of myself. Bro, I'm listening to you tonight, looking at the times that you're putting in. It's midnight on the East Coast.
Right.
Bro, I remember these times where I used to do pop-up Zooms just because people thought I was just, bro, why you doing a Zoom? Why you doing a Zoom at this time? Why you doing a Zoom? Vinny, I know what you're doing. I know exactly what you're doing. Man. And most people don't realize what you're doing because, to be honest, when they get on these calls, it's just entertainment for them. And
Right.
it's just one of those things where I ain't got nothing else to do. Let me go ahead and learn. But they have no idea that what you're doing is talking to yourself out loud.
1000%.
You just needed someone to listen while you talk to yourself out loud. You're telling yourself, you're teaching yourself right now as you get on these calls. That's why you're so passionate, because you're not talking to nobody but yourself, man. So when you say things like, you see this right here? Did the market do this? Drop the 111s, then that's you confirming what you already know. That's why you execute the way you do.
Yes, sir.
That's why you're able to get on these calls with confidence. Most people question, bro, I want to get to that point like Vinny one day. I want to be there with Vinny. Look how calm he is when he called these trades. I want to be like that one day. Vinny, they have no idea what you're doing right now. You're putting that work, just like you said, while others are just watching you work. You're training everyone, and they don't even realize that you're training them. That number one skill is to share what you know.
100%.
That's the number one skill, is to share what you know. And a lot of people fail at it. And you get on these calls and you share what you know. But people, again, don't realize that you're taking them on a journey with you. But if they don't join you, you're going to make it anyway.
1000%.
So I
Yes, sir.
salute you.
I appreciate you, Coach. I think you might have cut off. You might have muted yourself, but I appreciate you. Let's see if I don't know if he had hopped off. Hey, thank you, Coach. I appreciate the kind words, man. I mean, you really do know, I mean, Coach, I used to bug Coach, bro. I used to bug Coach. So the fact that he's still cool with me, it tells me a lot about you, Coach. I know I used to be blowing you up. So appreciate you, man. Appreciate the love, bro. Thank you for giving me the opportunity as well, man. It's, very thankful. Take nothing for granted, and mad love on this side as well. But again, guys,
Sorry about that.
oh no, you're good.
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, I just wanted to say, man, I salute you.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. But guys, I hope this call made sense for you guys. Hopefully you guys got some clicking moments. Go talk about it in the chats. Let us know what clicked with you, what resonated with you, what you can take away from this call, and how you plan on implementing this, because it's very important, right? Practice over the weekend. Do what you guys got to do to get well equipped with this. So coming next week, we can start like feeling very, very good about this stuff, right? Great trade management advice. Definitely using this. Awesome, Michael. Let's go, baby. But you guys have a great weekend. Enjoy y'all's Saturday. Enjoy y'all's Sunday, and we will get back to